The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 7th chapter, text number 38 and 39, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on September 30th, 1976, in Vrindavan, India.
Translation. This man is an assassin and murderer of your own family members. Not only that, but he has also dissatisfied his master. He is but the burnt remnants of his family. Kill him immediately.
So, Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to kill Aswathama on so many grounds. First of all, he has killed the boys who are sleeping at night. And another very important point is that Atatai means the enemy aggression. Unnecessarily one who attacks, he is called Atatai. One who sets fire in your house, one who kidnaps your wife or somebody in the family, and one who gives poison, and there are so many lists of ascertaining an Atatai. So, Krishna described the Aswathama as Atatai. He is not a brave soldier. So he should be killed. So many faults Krishna found in his behavior, and bhaktuscha viprayam veera. He could not satisfy his master. Sometimes the servants do something abominable for pleasing the master. But he could not please even the master. He wanted to please Duryodhana, his master, promising him that he would kill all the 5 brothers, the Pandavas, but instead of killing the Pandavas, he killed their sons. Duryodhana did not like that, because he knew that the whole Kuru family practically was killed. Only the 5 brothers and Maharaj Parikshit was in the womb of his mother. They survived. So Duryodhana did not like. Duryodhana, whatever he may be, he was a Kshatriya and he fought bravely. So he did not like the Kuru dynasty should be finished. He did not like. But when he understood that the 5 sons of Pandavas were also killed, he became very much disappointed, because the Kuru dynasty is finished. So he could not satisfy his master. Bhaktuscha vipriyam. So whatever he had done, all abominable, not to the rules and regulations, neither as a Brahmin or as a Kshatriya, nor even a brave soldier. He has done things like a Shudra, less than a Shudra, without any religious principle. So he should be killed. There is no excuse. And it is for his good. In the Shastra, it is said that one who is a criminal, he should be killed. Therefore in every country, up to death, a murderer is killed, is hanged. That is good for him. If a murderer is killed in this life, punished by the state, government, then his sinful activity and the resultant action is also finished. He is giving his own life. Otherwise, if he escapes, the next life he will suffer so many troubles. That is, I think, they have described in the previous verse. Tadasya hi tadavadhastasya hi sriya. In the verse number 37, it is explained by Krishna that to kill this person, it is for his good. Because he has done so many criminal activities, so by killing him, he will be saved from hideous types of sufferings in the next life. Shreya. Tadavadhastasya hi shreya jaddusha jati adhappama. Prayaschitta, it is called prayaschitta. Prayaschitta in the Shastras, prayaschitta is described. In every religion there is prayaschitta, atonement. In Christian religion, the prayaschitta is also advised. The sinner has to admit that he has committed sin, then he is excused by Christ or God. But not that purposefully I will go on committing sins and then I shall admit and I will go on with this business and I will be excused. No, that is not. It is quite natural that if you have done something criminal by mistake, then you can be excused by the authority. But not that because by your admission you are once excused and you will go on committing all kinds of sinful activities and you will be excused simply by your admission. No, that is not possible. The Christians, they do that. On Sunday, they go to the church and they admit their sinful activities of the week and pay something fine to the priest and they become free from the sinful activities, reactions. And from Monday again he begins. And then again on Sunday he admits. There was a movement, moral rearmament movement, MRA. So, just like we say that by Sankirtan one is free from all sinful reaction, this moral rearmament movement also preaches that by your admission you become free from all sinful reaction. But this should not be either Harinam or the Christian method of atonement should not be taken as profession. This is once or twice you can be excused, but not that you take it as a profession. That is great sinful. We have got also Nam Aparad, Dasavidha Nam Aparad, 10 kinds of offences. If you chant Hare Krishna mantra with offences, then it will not be effective. You must avoid the offences. 10 kinds of offences. Guru Avajna, Suti Shastra Nindanam. There are so many offences, and one of the offences is Namnad Bola Jasahi Papa Buddhi. He is greatest offender. One who thinks that by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, I become free from reaction of sinful life. So, the whole day I shall go on committing all kinds of sinful activities, and at night or sometime I shall chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, everything will finish. This is the greatest sin. Namnad Balad Jasahi Papa Buddhi. He is never excused. He is condemned. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepts a sinful man like Jagai and Madhai on the condition that he does not commit anymore any sinful activity. On this condition. Not that I have become a Vaishnava, I am chanting Hare Krishna, so I can go on committing all kinds of sinful activities, there will be no reaction. This kind of conviction is the greatest offense, you should remember. Not like that, the Christian atonement. So, we should be very careful about this. Namnad Balad Jasahi Papa Buddhi. Actually, we should not take Harinam as a matter of atonement or Subhakriya. Subhakriya, just like there are many Subhakriya, auspicious activities, we should not take chanting of Hare Krishna mantra as some auspicious activity. It is certainly auspicious, but generally people perform some auspicious activity, Subhakriya, to counteract their impious activities. This should not be done. This is also another offense. You cannot utilize Harinam for any material purpose. Material purpose is just like generally people go to a guru for benefit of some material purpose. Sir, I have got some colic pain within my abdomen. Kindly give me your blessing. The materialistic person, they are after blessing for some material benefit. They are not after Krishna. That is another offense. Therefore, to go to Guru or to accept a Guru, there should not be any material purpose. Tad vijnanatham sagurumeva vigacche. One should go to a Guru for spiritual advancement of life, not as a fashion. People go to a Guru as a fashion. My Guru Maharaj used to say that don't make a guru just like you keep a dog as a fashion. Nowadays it has become a fashion to keep a dog. In the European, American countries, it is a compulsory fashion to have a dog. Everyone keeps a dog. They love dog very much, more than anything. So we are now also imitating, because India is imitator. Since the Britishers came here, we have become first-class imitator. When in 1914 the war was going on, so it is understood that in High Court, Calcutta High Court, there is leisure hour, tiffin hour. So all the judges were sitting. So one English judge, he asked Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee, Mr. Mukherjee, now the Germans are coming, as a joke, what you are going to do? Mr. Mukherjee, Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee, he replied, yes, as soon as the Germans will come, we shall offer our respect in this way. Come on, sir. So he will not counteract. Why? You have taught us to make like this, so we shall do that. Because you have simply taught us this, how to obey your orders. So anyone will come, we shall do this. The idea is the slave mentality. The Englishmen, in an organized way, they taught the Indians how to become servant of the Englishman. We have seen it is Gandhi's movement that he dismantled this idea of white prestige. Otherwise, we are taught like that. So, this imitation of Englishmen, formerly, in our childhood, it was the advancement of civilization if one could imitate the English fashion. That was. So we should not make that a fashion. Guru is not a fashion. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Gita, in all Vedic literature, who requires a guru? That is described. Tasmad gurum pravaddeta jigyasu shreya uttamam. He requires a guru. Jigyasu. Athata brahma jigyasa. That is human life. One who is interested in inquiring about Brahma, he requires a guru. One who has no business for understanding Brahma, simply to make a fashion that I have a guru, this is useless. It has no value. One must be very much inquisitive to understand the spiritual science. He requires guru. Tasmad gurum prapaddeta jigyasu. Jigyasu means inquisitive. Chatudvida bhajante mam sukriti na arjuna. Atma arthati jigyasu gyani cha bharatarsava. Gyani jigyasu atma arthati. The grihasthas, they are artha, distressed. So, if he is pious, so in his distressed condition, he approaches the Supreme Personality of Godhead. My Lord, I am very much distressed. Kindly give me your favor. Give me. There is give me. And Jigyasu, Jnani, they do not want anything, give me. But Jigyasu, actually, what is God? What is the absolute truth? That is the difference. One is going to God or asking something. And Jigyasu Jnani is eulogized because they do not ask anything. To ask anything from God is the higher standard of bhakti. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, na dhanang na janang na sundaring kavitang va jagadisha kamai. This is pure devotion. People generally go to Krishna, God, oh God, give us our daily bread. This is not bhakti, but it is piety. Because he goes to God, there was sukriti, no? He is not the sinful man, he is pious man. At least he has approached God. And those who are sinful, they do not approach him. They do not go even in the temple to ask something. They say, what is this nonsense? We don't require, we shall work hard. Nowadays it is going on. Why you go to temple? Why you give credit to God for your success? You work hard. There is a philosophy, karma mimamsa. It is like that. You work hard and you get the profit. Why you should give credit to God? This is going on. They are duskriti. They do not know that without God's mercy, you cannot get anything. Otherwise, simply by working hard, anyone could become a big man. No, that is not possible. Without Krishna's desire, without sanction, it cannot be done. Prakritakriyamanani gunai karmani sarvata. Everyone is under the obligation of nature and karma. One cannot surpass. There are many instances in the Shastra. So, we are discussing the point, who requires a guru? If you are actually serious about understanding a spiritual subject matter, Brahma Jigyasa, not this market value. If you are interested about Brahma Jigyasa, just like the merchant association, they inquire what is the value of this share, what is the value of this commodity, what is the value. No, not that kind of inquiries. But Shreya Uttamam, Jigyasu Shreya Uttamam. There are two kinds of objective, Shreya and Preya. Preya means immediately sense gratification. That's like a child. Child wants to play because it gives him immediate some sense gratification, satisfaction. He does not like to go to school or to study or to take lesson. He does not like. That is actually prayer. That is Shreya, future benefit. So the parents, the guardians engage him for future benefit. You must take education, otherwise in future you will suffer without education. So this is called Shreya. Similarly, our human life is meant for Shreya, not for Preya. The modern civilization, they are interested in Preya, immediate, some sense getting. That is not what. Therefore Shastra says, Shreya, not Preya. The modern civilization is that eat, drink, be merry and enjoy. Do not care for what is future life. That is condemned civilization. We should know that there is future life, there is birth after death, and we must be prepared. As it is advised in the Bhagavad Gita, Janti deva vrata devan, pitrin janti pitrivrataha, bhuteja janti bhuta, madjajinopi janti ma. So you can achieve this success of life. Madjajinopi janti. There are many kinds of future benefit. Janti deva vrata, you can be elevated to the higher planetary system. In the heavenly planets you get long duration of life, higher standard of life that you can get. But that is also not Shreya. That is Preya. The same material happiness in higher standards. Shreya is madjadinopi janti ma. If you practice jajina, worshipping Krishna, as Krishna says, manmana bhavamar bhakta madjaji. Madjaji, no? The same thing. If you practice, that is your Shreya. Otherwise, anything you do, considering it is very nice, you are being entangled. Jagyartha karmannatru lokayam karma bandhana. Salpam apiyasya dharma satrayate mahato bhaya. If you try to advance in devotional service, even a little bit, it can save you from the greatest danger. And if you do not do that, if you are entangled, if you are enamored by immediate sense satisfaction, you become karma bandhana. Therefore, Guru is required who can save you from the karma bandhana process. But karma mukta, karma mukta, that is required, not karma bandhana, karma mukta. Sagunan samadhitta etan brahma bhuvaya kalpati. If you are trained up to devotional service, marja bhavicharini bhakti yogena jaseva, sagunan samadhitta, that is sagunan samadhitta, that is mukti. Baddha condition means we are under the three modes of material nature. That is condition. And mukti means you are not under the obligation of the three modes of material nature. And that is called mukta. So Krishna can make you immediately mukta. Aham tva sarva papebha mokkhayan. That is Krishna's power. Prabha Vishnave Namo. He can make the lowest class of man. Kirata hunanda pulinda pukkasa avira sambha javana kasada. Jenne chapa. They are considered as the most sinful, less than the Sudras, Chandalas, Kirata hunanda pulinda. Or more sinful, Shuddhanti. They can be purified by the mercy, by the power. Prabha Vishnave Nama. Vishnu has got so much power, so that power you can have the benefit if you surrender to Vishnu. Therefore Krishna personally comes and requests you, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam bhaja aham tva sarva papebha mokkhaysami ma sutta. So here is Krishna's direction. You take all as Krishna's direction then that is bhakti and you remain Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. You are always immune from the sinful reaction of this material world. It does not mean you cannot manufacture. Actually, you have to follow the orders of Krishna, just like Arjuna is being advised. You simply follow Krishna. It's not that whimsically he was going to punish Ashwatthama under direction of Krishna. Similarly, in every step of your life, if you take Krishna's direction or his representative's direction, then you are safe. Thank you very much.